Hi, my name is Mercedes Kamek, and this is my presentation over supervision and evaluation of school personnel. My general demographics. I am currently living in Douglas, Kansas with my husband, Travis, and our two children, John Wayne and Clara. We have 7 horses, 6 dogs, 2 cats, barn cats, chickens, ducks. We live on a small farm. We enjoy rodeoing as a family. We do recreational sports. Right now, my daughter's playing volleyball and my son's roping, and I sell antiques and run a barn sale, and I teach 4th grade. My background in teaching, this will be my 13th year of teaching. I taught 5th grade for 9 years, 4th grade for 1 year, art for the past 2 years, K through 12 art, and now I am back to teaching 4th grade. Capacity to collaboratively develop schools' professional capacity. The characteristics identified in the research: quality mentors should be hired to assist new teachers. Mentors must have mutual understanding, partnership, collaboration, connection, reciprocity, and trust. Model ethical and professional behavior and expect it from others. Consider the big ideas of recruiting, hiring, and retaining the best, reducing turnover, promoting personal and professional health, and ensuring work-life balance for others and for self, and creating a climate of cooperation and collaboration, shared responsibility, and safety. For my strengths and weaknesses of self-recognition capacity, I believe that I'm a good mentor to most and all teachers and feel that I work hard at collaborating and creating trust with new teachers and current teachers. I'm currently teaching with a new teacher this year, and I believe that I'm doing a really good job of mentoring her and giving her advice and being there for her. I believe that within my district, this is a very strong attribute. I also feel that I personally model professional behavior while expecting it from others in return. And this is in regards to the ethical and professional behavior. Our principal right now does a really, really good job of showing us what she expects and then modeling that for us. The big ideas of recruiting, hiring. I think that a weakness that I have is allowing for a work-life balance. I feel that I'm constantly working. As you saw, I'm pretty busy most of the time, and I don't take time for myself. I also request that from others because I am that way. So I feel like everybody else should be working as hard as I am. So I need to work on this. And I think I can also work more on delegation and allowing others to take on tasks. This would also help with my self-care and work balance. I think there's times where I overload my schedule and could delegate a little bit more. What is meant by leadership capacity? Leadership capacity means broad-based, skillful participation in the work of leadership in a way of understanding sustainable school improvement. It is a reference to the perceived abilities, skills, and expertise of school leaders, teachers, faculties, and staffs. The characteristics: there are 4 frame school types. Quadrant 1, principal is an autocratic manager. Quadrant 2, principal is laissez-faire manager. Quadrant 3, principal and key teachers are purposeful leadership teams. And Quadrant 4, principal and teachers, as well as parents and students, are skillful leaders. We should try to look at Quadrant 4. Leadership capacity continued. Teachers must show and demonstrate the leadership skills. Leaders moving in the right direction are characterized by clarity of self and values, strong beliefs in democracy, strategic thinking about the evolution of school improvement, a deliberate and vulnerable persona, knowledge of the work of teaching and learning, and an ability for developing capacity in others and in the organization. And finally, there are 3 major phases in a principal's development. Instructive is a period of organization, focus, and establish or initialize previously non-existent collaborative structures and processes. This is a deliberate strategy during this phase. It's called pacing and leading the community. During the transitional phase, this is the process of letting go while continuing to provide support and coaching. It is the most challenging aspect. It is the need to break through dependencies. And the third is high leadership capacity. It's where the teacher's influence and actions begin to converge with those of the principals, and both groups become more reciprocal in their behaviors and conversations. Schools' professional capacity. For recruiting staff, I found this to be pretty heavily based on what we were doing this assignment in all of the articles and reading. this the school's professional capacity, I felt like they really dove into this a lot. In most of the articles, they were discussing these things. So obviously it was an important part of the assignment. Teachers should be given feedback and coaching and create collaboration time with instructional teams. And Hayden suggests that choosing mentors who will help new teachers is one of the key elements to successful leadership within a building. This year, I was hired in very early August. So this was kind of a big thing for me on this part of the assignment. For selecting staff, principals need to hire strong teachers and place them in areas in which they excel. And hiring staff, principals need to approach hiring with care and deliberation. And Baldanza discusses the importance of collaboration time with creating a strong vision and then following through with the vision. My school is doing a really good job of this. The school that I was previously hired, I didn't feel as though they put people where they excelled. So I was really impressed with reading this on this part of the assignment. I think now that our principal, I think right now I have a very good principal, and she recognizes our strengths, sees where we are going to excel, kind of puts us in charge of things because of where we excel or where we may have interests. And I think that's really important because our school runs very smoothly. For school improvement, this needs to be strategic and well planned. Flannery states that leaders need to build the capacity of faculty and staff members, which will then enable them to better serve the needs of each of your students, which increases school improvement along with relationships within the building. Teacher retention, that group suggests that not only is teacher retention important, but also principal retention. This negatively affects student achievement within a building when you have a lot of turnover. The more effective a principal is, the less turnover rate a building will have. Trust and relationships are important factors in teacher retention. Our school currently, they don't have a lot of turnover. This year, a few things happened where they had openings, but for the most part, they have a lot of teacher retention, and I think that is because of good administration. Success and well-being of each student and adult. To help with success for all students and adults, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity need to be focused on during professional development within a school district. Again, our school does a really good job of finding out what we need for our professional development, allowing us to make some of those decisions and going further with that. Professional learning, reflection. Self-reflections are an important part of evaluation tools as it allows teachers to reflect and alter what they may be doing. Our self-reflections in our building is very important to our administrator, along with our cues that we have to put in every semester. She also really emphasizes self-reflections. Cultural responsiveness and equity are prominent values. Fair, just, and non-discriminatory treatment is needed to increase professional learning. As long as you're diverse and hiring fairly, I think that that's really important. Distributed leadership, the ability to trust and empower is important. Leaders need to get to know their students and staff, know their talents and passions, then delegate leadership accordingly. It is important to coach them to do their best, but also allow them to be responsible for tasks. Digital literacy is important as students need to know what is acceptable and appropriate in the 21st century, especially now. We do a lot in my fourth grade class, a lot of digital literacy. So it's really important. School improvement, to create goals and stick with them. Commitment to the improvement plan will increase achievement within the school. If you have a goal, even with your mission statements and things of that nature, you set those vision and mission statements and you stick with them. Student success. Students will succeed when they feel as though they are loved, cared for, and supported. When students succeed, teachers and staff will do the same, and you will see an improvement in your school. Implemented systems. Supervision. Teachers need to be given ownership of resources and some authority while being guided by qualified mentors and strong leaders within the building. Rules, processes, and visions need to be created and then modeled. With supervision, our principal now comes in every day for at least 10 minutes in our classrooms. We've been given a lot of leeway, however, the supervision is there. Support, celebrate accomplishments of students and staff while providing resources that will assist them in their successes. Again, our building, I feel, has a lot of support. They're constantly asking us what we need, how they could improve, what can they do to make it better. So I really appreciate that. And the evaluation tools need to be fair, just, and specify what is expected. There needs to be self-reflection so that professionals are able to reflect on their strengths and weaknesses. For correlation, the standard 7 was building professional capacity, understand and demonstrate the capacity. Sorry, let me move this little guy. Understand and demonstrate the capacity to promote the current and future success and well-being of each student and adult by applying the knowledge, skills, and commitments necessary to build the school's professional capacity, engage staff in the development of a collaborative professional culture, and improve systems of staff supervision, evaluation, support, and professional learning. This standard correlated well with the assignment because it taught the skills needed to create a professional capacity and how to engage staff to create that capacity. With the use of collaboration, supervision, evaluation, and support, professional learners will be able to successfully create an environment that will be effective. Relevant. This assignment has been relevant to my current teaching and learning because I am now aware of my strengths and weaknesses, along with how to create leadership capacity. I was also made aware of the ways to increase capacity within the building and how to be a resource to others. This assignment showed me that I need to continue working on collaboration and support for staff members, along with delegation. And my reflection, this assignment will influence my decisions as a future school leader by demonstrating the appropriate strategies and ideas to create a professional capacity. I now have the tools and skills to create a capacity that will ensure that students and teachers are productive. The weakness that will require a dedicated focus from me before accepting responsibility as a school administrator is my delegation skills. I have a hard time allowing others to take the responsibility away from me and giving trust in all stakeholders. However, after completing this assignment, I know the importance and will continue to work on this skill. And here is the citation, page 1 and page 2. Thank you guys for listening.